what would you say to your first year self to be successful in your program? What tips or tricks or advice would you give to your first year self?
I would say just be confident. I think the biggest thing for me was the fear of failing or not knowing what's ahead of you. But I think that happens when you put too much on your plate. And I think if you just take it as you go, and you learn and you're willing to learn and be open with new challenges, you'll be fine and you'll succeed. That was the biggest thing for me, I would say.
Yeah, I think similar to that, just be confident and know you're in the right place. If I look at who I like where I was in year one compared to now, almost being graduated in year three, I'm amazed at how much like my skills have changed and how much you've learned over the past 3 years. And that's not that's a pretty short amount of time in the grand scheme of things. So um, yeah, just be confident and be excited and feel all the feelings. And yeah, you'll get to where you need to be eventually.
Yeah, I'd probably say live in the moment. I think I mean, it was expensive. I'm not going to lie, it cost a lot of money. So I think that was always on the back of my mind. It's like, oh, don't fail, don't fail. This is going to cost so much if I fail. Like, having those like negative self-talk of like, oh, don't let my family down, all that kind of stuff. But or like being really hard on myself for trying to work and make sure I keep up with like, I guess, finances and such. But yeah, if I look back, I probably would say live in the moment and the money will come. You have the rest of your life to work. So don't forget that. Like you're probably still young or still, still have a lot of time ahead of you. Just focus on learning what it has to offer, where you're at. Love it. Like just live in Australia and just love it and live in that moment, and everything else can come after. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with both you guys. I would probably say trust the process. I think you get really caught up in anticipating all these things like, oh my God, this, and then I need to graduate and the money and all that. And I think that you'll find it gets exhausting after a while worrying about that stuff. And it's just, don't worry about it. You'll realize you'll hit a point where you're like, why was I spending so much time worrying about these things, right? Like go to class, enjoy your peers, enjoy your teachers, take as much out of it as you can. You paid for this experience. So get stuck in however, whatever way feels stuck in for you guys. I would say work hard, like you're earning the degree by, like preparing to move to Australia and then the work itself. But if you do that, then everything else will just come back to you in a positive way. So, take care of yourself, trust the process, and enjoy it. Australia is amazing and it's probably one of the best decisions of my life.